I'm Michael. I'm 32. I'm from Austin, Texas, and today I'm going to go and show how I typically have dinner and how I make it. So, for me personally, I always go and just eat meat. So basically, at night I only eat meat and vegetables, and so I'm gonna go and make chicken tonight. No pun intended, although there is a funny song with that. If you don't know it, I feel like chicken tonight. So I'm gonna use my Foreman Grill. Foreman Grill is a pretty easy way to cook meat, especially. This looks kind of gross, but I don't really concern myself much with it because basically I'm not good. The heat will kill whatever bacteria or whatever would be there, so it doesn't really matter. So basically I plug it in, I let it heat up, and then over here I've got the ventilation thing, which I turn on so that way any smoke will go and get taken out. And then I go and set up the actual how am I going to go and do this? I think that's good. And so then I go and let it heat up, and while it does that, I'll go and get out the chicken. So I always use frozen chicken because it lasts longer, and I test the Foreman Grill to see if it's getting hot. Once it does, then all the stuff that was on here becomes pretty easy to remove, and then I go and remove most of that, so it's a little cleaner, and also so it works a little bit faster. And once that is pretty much done, then I will go and actually add in the meat. It works pretty quickly. Depending on what you're cooking and whether it's frozen or thawed. In this case, since it is frozen, it'll take a little bit longer, but still not that long. It can take anywhere from about 5 minutes to maybe about 10 minutes. So it's pretty quick compared to most other methods for cooking meat. Part of the reason why I love it and why it's such a successful brand, although I haven't seen it too often outside of the US. And I'll go and give you another look at it now, and as you can see, it is much cleaner. It is a whole lot warmer, so now we're going to put on the meat, and these frozen pieces of chicken aren't that big. I'll take 2, and going by what it says on here, that's only about probably like maybe 400 calories or something like that. It might be less. Yeah. And so then it starts grilling it. So typically when people talk grilling, at least in the US, you're talking an actual grill with fire. That's typically outside. Grilling usually also means barbecuing. In this case, it isn't barbecuing, but basically what I do now is I just go and allow it to go and cook. And in the meantime, I'll do a couple other things. I'll get the plate ready, which is where I'll end up putting it. Personally, I like to go and add some cheese, and I use American sliced cheese, and then I go and add chili, and right here I have some chili which I've already stored in this Tupperware container, and that does have a little bit of carbs, but it's not a huge amount, and it's a lot of fiber, so I basically think that it's okay. I'll put it in here for about 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and that should be good. And basically once that is ready, then I'll go and I'll start this, and then I'll add everything, and I'll show you how that looks in just a second. So yeah, this is only a couple minutes in. I mean, maybe I've had this on here a total of about like 4 or 5 minutes. I didn't show all the rest of that, but you can see how quickly it works. I mean, that was frozen chicken. It's already pretty close to being done. I still think I've got a little bit more time, so I'll let it cook a little bit longer, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So I love spicy food. As a result, I decided to add some salsa. It's called La Victoria, and this is mild. It's not very hot, but it is pretty great. It's more like mole, if you've ever had that. And basically I'll go and let that soak in, and then I'll close this and then let it cook some more. So while that was cooking, I went and I had a little bit of cottage cheese, which is right here. It's fairly popular in the US. I haven't really seen it too many places outside of the US, although I'm guessing that it probably is in places like, say, Germany or something like that, since it's cheese is pretty popular there. I think it's delicious. This brand specifically is Lucerne, and it's pretty good. I only had like about 1 serving, not that much. I mean, you can look at the nutrition facts. Basically, it's mostly just protein, and yeah, it's a pretty good source of protein, and obviously also calcium. And I think this is almost done. I'll go and take a look, and yeah, it looks pretty close to done there, and you can see how it looks when it's actually fully cooked and the salsa's had time to kind of seep in. So I'm going to go and check it again, but I think it's almost ready. So, since I think it's almost ready, I'm going to go and flip it, and I'm going to go and cut from the other side just to see if I encounter anything that looks like it's not fully cooked, and it looks like it's still got a little bit longer to go. With chicken, you really do have to be careful. The only time I've ever had food poisoning in my life is with chicken. So, I always try to go and cook longer than necessary to be on the safe side. So I'll go and give it a few more minutes, but I think it's almost ready. So it's almost ready. In fact, I think it is ready. I'm going to go check it one more time. I already went and turned off or disconnected the power, so it's not still running, although there is a bit of residual heat. Yeah, everything looks good to me. You can go and use thermometers. Personally, I don't do it. But I mean, that is really the safest way. And I already heated the chili, so basically I'm going to go and give it about another 40 seconds or so. And once that's ready, which I think honestly we should be good by this point. Then what I will do Yeah, I will give it a little bit longer because I want to make sure. Okay, so it should be good by now. So I go and take it off of the grill, and then I put it onto the plate. I go and I scrape off the extra stuff. And then I let this cool. And now that I have this, I'll go and show you what it looks like. I'll take some of this cheese and I will go and add that on there. And then once I've got the cheese, I only use a half slice for each one. Then I go and I add some of the chili on top, which gives it a little bit more flavor because it is chicken, which I typically do with chicken. Sometimes I'll eat chicken without having additional stuff, but I feel this makes it a whole lot more appetizing and tasty. I go and I cover that back up, and I'm pretty much ready. So this is the finished product. It's not that much, but it's pretty filling, pretty tasty. It's got good nutritional value. For me, I eat more based on nutritional consideration than taste, although I do think this is pretty tasty. It's sort of like a cordon bleu in a sense, except nothing's inside, everything's outside. And yeah, so typically for my dinner what I have is, some like meat, some vegetables. Today I don't have any vegetables. And it's pretty much done within about 10 or 15 minutes of cooking. And then I go and I usually watch TV when I eat my dinner. And afterwards I will have some wine, and this is a boxed wine. It's pretty popular in the US. I like it quite a lot. It's 5 liters. It's 34 glasses. And it only costs like $18, so like that's 50 cents basically a glass. I mean, it lasts you, if you just drink one a day, I mean over a month. So it's pretty inexpensive, and it's actually pretty good. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go and eat my dinner now, and hopefully that gave you some insight into how some people in the US eat. I don't eat like probably everyone else. Lots of people my age tend to eat out, I think. And I like to save money, and because I've always been concerned about like health and fitness, I almost always cook my meals, with maybe a couple exceptions on the weekends if I go out to eat. And so yeah, that for me is pretty typical. For a lot of guys that are into working out, they do tend to go and eat more meat, stuff like that. So that's exactly why I have this. I quite frankly don't really have too many things which have carbohydrates in them. I mean, the only thing I really eat is like oatmeal in the morning, and besides that, almost everything else is like meat or vegetables or fruit. And I hope you enjoyed that.